In a political landscape punctuated by division and calls for change, a significant portion of the Israeli public is clamoring for the exit of Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. However, despite the rising pressure and demand for new leadership, there exists no straightforward procedural approach to expedite early elections and consequently remove Netanyahu from the pinnacle of Israeli politics. The Israeli political system, characterized by its complexities and multiple checks and balances, does not easily allow for the dethronement of a sitting prime minister. The nation's parliamentary structure means that it's the Knesset, Israel's legislature, that wields the authority to dissolve itself, which would lead to early elections. This move typically occurs either through a majority vote within the Knesset or a legal requirement following a governmental deadlock on the national budget. Yet, without a clear consensus or pressing governmental impasse, the mechanism remains locked. Nevertheless, alternative routes to oust an Israeli prime minister do exist, albeit with their own challenges. One such pathway is the submission of a bill by Knesset members for the dissolution of the parliament, which would require a majority vote to pass. This process, while theoretically straightforward, is complicated by the nature of party politics and coalition alignments, which can be hesitant to destabilize the status quo without ensuring a beneficial electoral outcome. Another legal maneuver available is the induction of a constructive vote of no confidence. Unlike a standard vote of no confidence, which simply indicates the Knesset's lack of support for the prime minister, a constructive vote also requires the presentation of an alternative prime minister who has the backing of the majority. This not only ensures political stability, but also demands a unified agreement among opposition parties, a factor often hard to secure in Israel's fractious political environment. The heightened desire to see Netanyahu exit his role points to a broader sense of political dissatisfaction within certain sectors of Israeli society. Netanyahu, now the longest-serving prime minister in Israeli history, has been a polarizing figure both domestically and internationally. His tenure has been marked by a hardline approach to Israeli-Palestinian relations, the implementation of conservative policies, and most notably in recent years, allegations of corruption that have marred his leadership, although he has strongly denied any wrongdoing. The significance of this political discontent is understood against the backdrop of Israel's dynamic and often volatile political landscape. As the public's yearning for a fresh political direction mounts, the current governmental framework provides limited, immediate recourse. Thus, the question of Netanyahu's future as a leader remains embroiled in legislative technicalities and the strategic calculations of political entities within the Knesset. In sum, while the call for Netanyahu's departure resonates with many Israelis, translating these desires into action proves to be a Gordian knot that the nation must untangle. The quest for political change as it stands is a slow-moving process with uncertainty as to when or how a transition may occur, reflecting the intricate nature of Israel's democratic systems and the entrenched power structures within its governmental edifice.